Okay, I'm going to use my Instant Pot, so I am going to do it on video so you can see what I'm doing. Not complicated. So I'm gonna make pasta fagioli. Here's my carrots and my celery, which I didn't chop yet, so I'm gonna do that now. I don't peel my carrot because, I don't know, I think it's supposed to be healthier that way. So I'm just going to chop it real quick. You can fast forward through the boring shots of me chopping a carrot. Okay. And then I'm gonna chop my celery. So this is the Hip Pressure Cooking Cookbook recipe for pasta fagioli. It's on page 131. I'm doing it alla Toscana, which is like one of the variation forms with the cannellini beans, because I like it with the cannellini beans. So I've got 2 stalks of celery, a carrot, 3 cloves of lightly crushed garlic. All right, so the first thing is I've had my beans, threw my beans in a plastic container on the counter last night and filled it with water. And then I just dumped them in the colander in the sink, and there they are. Hi beans. Wait, where are they? I can't use this damn thing. Anyways, they're there, trust me. Okay, so now I'm gonna heat the pressure cooker so I can saute my vegetables. So I'm gonna walk over here to the pressure cooker. Here it is. Yay, pressure cooker. I am going to press the saute button. And that's all I'm going to do. And it's going to turn itself on. It's going to beep 3 times in about a second. Okay. So I'm going to turn it on. It's now on. Okay. So I need to put olive oil there. Let's see. How much olive oil? So I need a tablespoon of olive oil, a tablespoon of butter, 1 tablespoon olive oil, 1 tablespoon butter, and it's gonna heat up. And then I'm going to put a little bit of red pepper flakes into the oil and butter. So, oops, red pepper flakes. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too many for Clara. Don't tell her what in there. And my butter's already pretty much melted. Mostly melted. So now my next instruction is to stir in the carrot, garlic, and celery and saute until softened for about 5 minutes. So that's going to be boring. But here I go. I'm dumping in my celery and my carrot and my garlic. And I'm sauteing them for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to pause this and come back to it. Okay, I'm back. It's been sauteing 5 minutes. Now I'm going to throw in a sprig of sage and a sprig of rosemary. Don't do anything to it, you just throw it in there. Because they all come off when they pressure cook, so you don't have to like chop the herbs or anything. It's kind of good, easy. That gets stirred in for a minute. We'll stir that for a minute. And the next step is to throw in the beans and the 4 cups of water. So, alright, so it's been about a minute. So throw my beans in. I'm going to mix with several beans. And then I'm going to throw 4 cups of water. Now I'm going to collect all the beans that I missed with and throw them in. Alright. This is actually a little more than the recipe called for, but that's okay. Okay. So I'm going to stir it. Now I'm going to close the pot, twist it, and it's supposed to be cooked for 7 to 9 minutes. So I'm going to cook it for 8 minutes in between. So here's a close-up of my buttons, if I can get them. Okay, here's my buttons. So I'm going to turn this off because it's on saute still. Then I'm going to press manual, and then I'm going to press the minus button till I get to 8. And then I don't do anything else. And then it's going to start itself. I'm going to ensure that my steam vent is on the closed position. Hoping you can see this. Wait. Oh, here we are. This needs to be facing upwards. That means it's closed. And you heard it beep, meaning it's on. And then I don't touch it. And it's going to go for 8 minutes. And then I'll be back. So one more note. When it gets up to pressure, the timer will just turn on. And so the timer just went on to 8 because the pressure went up. And before it hit pressure, steam will come out of the top where the pressure button is for like 30-35 seconds. And then the button will pop up and then no more steam will come out. And then the timer will start going shortly thereafter. But I haven't touched it or anything. Okay, so my beans just finished and it beeped, beep, beep, beep. And my pot, I don't know if yours is like mine, but it automatically goes to the keep warm setting after it's done cooking. I almost always turn it off unless I'm not in the house and want something to stay warm. But since I'm here and I'm cooking something, I just press the red keep warm cancel button. That turns it off, and you know it's off because it says off. Okay, so a little primer on releases. So for the beans, it's supposed to be a slow normal release. So normal release is just that you take the, you take the steam valve and you just flip it down and all the steam comes out really fast. You don't want to do that with beans because they tend to sputter. So slow normal release, you just do it a little at a time. I don't want my computer to get lit on fire, but so here, let's go this way. Sorry about all the twisting and turning, but basically I'm just gonna go until all the steam comes out. And if stuff starts to sputter out of the top, then I just stop for a few seconds, let it kind of settle, and then go back to it. Am I still showing you my Instant Pot or am I showing you my stove? Crap, sorry. There's my Instant Pot. Okay. takes a while. Sputtering. I'll wait a couple seconds. I think technically you're supposed to do this with some sort of oven mitt, but I'm not. I'm living dangerously. That's what normal release looks like, by the way. I just sort of flipped it because it doesn't seem to be sputtering. So when a recipe calls for normal release, when a recipe calls for normal release, that's just what you want to do, is just pull that down and let it go all the way. Then slow normal release is what I was doing before, just a little bit at a time. But now you can see it's kind of slowing down. Pressure's pretty much gone. And the little button will eventually fall down here. Yep, okay, so now all my pressure's released. I can take my lid off. Okay, so this is a two-step recipe because I haven't put my pasta in. So now I am supposed to fish out and discard the herb stems. And then I'm supposed to add in tomato paste, salt, pepper, and 2 small chopped tomatoes. I don't have fresh tomatoes, so I'm just going to use palmy diced tomatoes, and 2 tablespoons tomato paste. So I'm going to dump in, oops, dump my dealing over. Okay, so tomato paste, and then 2 small chopped tomatoes. So I'm just going to dump in whole chopped tomatoes, and then salt and pepper, 2 teaspoons salt. I usually put a little more salt than she calls for because I feel like everything's always undersalted. But I put like a tablespoon and a little bit more. And then pepper. And then she says to use an immersion blender to puree a little bit of the beans. I don't know if you have one of these. find them handy. But if you don't have one, I don't think you actually need to do this part because it'll come out fine without them. But I do it. Get to my plug. So you don't want to do all of them, just a little bit. So just do a little bit. And then she says to stir in the pasta. Here's my ditalini. And she says if I'm using an electric pressure cooker, I should add another half a cup of water to this. So I am. I'm going to put a little more water in. Okay, and so then it says to half the cooking time on the pasta package. Cook it. So cooking time is 9 minutes al dente. So I'm going to cook it 5 minutes. And it says low pressure, so I can show you how to do that. So now close it back up again. And again, make sure that the vent is pointing upwards towards sealed, not venting. I don't know if you can see very well there. Whoops. Mine is up towards sealed. I think everything looks upside down, but it's up towards sealed, pointing towards sealed. And then I'm cooking it at low pressure. So if you want to cook something at low pressure, here's what you do. You press manual, and then you press pressure, and you see how it switched from high pressure to low pressure. So it went low pressure, and then I just want to go down to 5 minutes. And then I just wait for it to beep. And it's on. One more thing that you should know about the releases. So that you just saw the slow normal release and the normal release, which is where you just push the thing down towards venting and let all the steam out. There's also a natural release in some recipes. Natural release means that after the recipe's done and it beeps, you just press the keep warm cancel button and don't do anything. Walk away. In about 20 minutes, the button will fall down on its own. And that's normal. That's natural release. So normal release, you put the thing to venting and let all the steam out. Natural release, you turn the machine off, walk away. After about 20 minutes, the button will fall on its own. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it again until we're done. Okie dokes, so it just beeped again. I'm gonna turn it off, and this is just normal release at this point. So I'm going to, it's so weird to have to move this thing the opposite direction. Here. Hi. I was going to try to turn this picture around, but I won't now. Okay. Anyway, normal release. So I'm just going to take this and go whoop, and all the steam is going to come out. So again, that was normal release. Buttons down, turn it back around, and take the lid off, and you have pasta fagioli. Bubbling and lovely. And finished. And then I'll just put it in the fridge. So the active prep time, according to this video, is 21 minutes. It did take about a little over an hour from start to finish with all the cook times and stuff, but active prep time was 21 minutes. And this is one of the more complicated recipes that you would make because it has 2 steps. Okay, hope this helps. Bye.